Welcome to the Cochrane Show. My name is John Cochrane, and today we've got Jason Perkins all the way from Brisbane, Australia, joining us. And Jason, how you doing?
I'm doing well, mate. Well, okay, I got to be honest. I got to be completely vulnerable. My Lakers got destroyed today, so I'm I'm grieving. I'm grieving the loss. I thought they'd do much better than they did. We were healthy and yeah, anyway, I know we're going to get into that later on, but other than my Lakers going down, John, I am doing well. And man, I'm pumped to be on your show. Thank you for the invite. Can't believe it. It's an honor and a privilege and excited to chat with you and the listeners.
So glad we can talk about some sports, but let's just talk about the Lakers right now because you brought it
Okay,
up.
get it out of the
Lakers,
way.
Spurs, they matched up in the quarterfinals of the NBA Cup. And I got to say, the JJ Redick wanted this one. I was looking at the box scores and I was looking at the minutes played.
I know.
This was not for lack of trying to win.
No, they went for it right deep into the fourth quarter. And there were a couple of runs there where I thought they got it down to like maybe 16 or 14 points here and there. And I thought, man, maybe, but it wasn't to be. That's for sure.
Jason, can you LeBron James,
Yeah.
I think he got it to single digits at one point with a
Yes.
posterized dunk
Uh-huh.
at the age of 41.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
could you imagine when you were at any age in your life, but 41, trying to dunk the basketball? I mean,
I can't even imagine. Okay, so full disclosure, John, I was never able to dunk. I never got a dunk in. I could grab the rim and I could pull it down when
yeah.
I was in my youth, but I never was able to dunk a basketball. My best friend in high school, he would continue to dunk every year on his birthday, and he got up to, I think he's a year or two older than me. He got into his mid to late 40s and he was still able to dunk a basketball on his birthday, which is impressive, but not in an NBA game. Are you kidding me? Against the world's greatest athletes,
Yeah.
and LeBron posterizes somebody at that age? That's unheard of. It's incredible.
I think today probably highlighted the downside of the Lakers offense. Like Luka, he still got 35,
Yeah.
but it takes all three of those guys, or at least two of the three, LeBron, Luka, and Reeves, to be on their game for them to succeed. And if only one of them is on, they're not going to win, right?
No, and we saw that John when Luka and James were both out recently. Like AR is trying to carry that team on his back, but they've got to have two of those superstars have to be firing in order for them to be able to win games against people over 500, John. Like, yeah, sure, against teams under 500 maybe, but they have not got a good record so far this year against teams over 500, and that's my concern. I'm a huge Lakers fan, but you got to be able to do that kind of business if you want to go deep in the playoffs.
So are they a bit frauds? Like, is their record? I haven't watched too much Lakers. Is their record a bit misleading?
I think it is because, again, they've played a lot of teams under 500, and they got stretches coming up in the season where they're going to be up against really good teams like in the Emirates Cup, and they're going to have to prove themselves down the stretch. And ultimately, they're going to have to stay healthy. That's key. They got to stay healthy.
Yeah. I've had this theory, and the Dallas Mavericks with Luka a couple years ago almost proved me wrong, and then they got rid of him. But that an offense like what Luka teams run cannot win a championship. So James Harden in Houston, where your usage rate is sky high and you are the offense and everything, like you're the sun, right? Everything revolves around you.
Yeah.
When that's the case, I just don't think that can win in the playoffs.
Well, and this is a little off topic, John, but I'm going to play my cards. This is why I actually like European basketball, maybe even Australian basketball, and all right, I'm going to say it. I love the WNBA because they play team basketball. And this is why I think European teams are able to compete on the world stage at such a high level because, and the Aussies, the Boomers as well, I'll throw them in there because they play a team game. And ultimately, I mean, I know Steph Curry, he won the gold for the US in the last Olympics, but let's be honest, you can't do that consistently at a high level night after night. You got to play a team game. And I agree with you. I think this one-man show, it just doesn't have the longevity over a 7-game series.
No. And if you look at the previous championship winners, right, that's what Steve Kerr does. He's all about the team basketball for the Golden State Warriors. That's why
Yep.
they've had so much success. You've got this superstar in Steph Curry, but his usage rate isn't high, right? He's going to give
Yeah.
up the ball, let everyone, Steve Kerr likes to say the ball has energy. And when more people
Yes.
touch the ball, the more
Yep.
engaged you are. I see that in the Miami Heat. I mean, the Oklahoma City Thunder, they've sort of, yes, SGA does his isolation and he's a bit of a foul merchant. I
Yeah.
really don't like. Well, maybe I'm changing my mind on SGA. I've really hated watching him. Him and Joel Embiid have been my least favorite players to watch for a very long time. And
Yeah.
you can add Brunson to that list.
Uh-huh.
You went
Yes.
you went to see
Yes.
Brunson live?
I did. I saw him live at the beginning of the season. I was there in New York first week of the season
Yeah.
and got to watch him play at Madison Square Garden. It was awesome. But I'm with you, John. Like these guys that I want to say they know how to draw a foul. That's and I don't think it's good basketball. And to be fair, like Austin Reeves, I'd put him in that category. I'm a Lakers fan, but I see him bring the ball down the court sometimes, and he's like backing up on players, hoping to get a foul and then get a shot off, hoping to go to the line or maybe even get a 3-point play. It's just not good or entertaining basketball, in my opinion.
No, not and the league always says we're going to cut down on the amount of fouls called, but fouls are at an all-time high this year. They are,
Yeah.
and it just muddies up the game.
Yeah.
I think Eric Spoelstra in Miami has done a good job at also recreating what offense looks like. I don't know if you know this, but Miami is just, we're getting off topic of the NBA Cup, but Spoelstra has completely changed the way he coaches. He's changed
Yeah.
what offense looks like. They used to be
Yeah.
one of the highest screening teams, and now
Mhm.
they don't do any screens. It's just, we're going to run at such a high pace and we're just going to drive in the lanes and see if you can stop us. It's almost like what Rick Carlisle has done in Indiana.
Well, you're exactly right, and that's why I think the matchup between the Magic and the Knicks is going to be Orlando's hot shooting. Obviously, they can shoot the lights out, but I think it's going to be a fast and incredibly physical matchup between these two teams. And to your point, because of Spolstra's new offensive style, that's a guy, though, John, that has reinvented himself. I mean, to be in one city for a long a period of time,
Yeah,
that is so unusual in the NBA. And he's figured out how to reinvent himself while he's been down there with the Heat.
for sure. Because he didn't get credit for any of the early success. Everyone would
Mhm.
say anyone
Yeah.
can coach LeBron, Wade, and Bosch and get a championship. Can't forget about Mario Chalmers as well. Mario Chalmers was in there.
Well, this is going to age me, but that's about the same as saying Phil Jackson wasn't that great of a coach because he had, the Bulls and these other teams. And I'm like, no, the guy was a genius. He changed the game of basketball. And I think the same is true with Spoelstra. I think he's reinventing himself. You can't give all the credit to the players on the court.
No. Well, let's anything else on the Lakers that you want to say, or should we move on to Orlando?
Well, the last thing I'll say on the Lakers is this. As a diehard Lakers fan, and I'm not a bandwagon guy, John. Like, okay, so I grew up in Australia, but my parents are from the US, and I've been following the Lakers since the early 80s, like early before Magic back in the day, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Byron Scott, all of these guys. And I would just say they figure out a way, though, to get there in the end oftentimes. So as much as I'm kind of skeptical as to what's going to happen with them against teams over 500, man, if they can stay healthy, I'm still a fan. I think they can get there.
So in the 80s, were you a bandwagon at that time, but you stayed on the wagon?
Yeah, probably. My family originally was from Denver, Colorado, John, and if you know anything about Denver sports, they were a one sport city for decades. They only had the Denver Broncos. So that's why the Broncos are like religion in Denver. The Nuggets are popular, and then they came along in the 70s, the Rockies with MLB, they came along in the early 90s. I don't even know when the Avalanche came along with the hockey, but ultimately, I grew up with no affiliation with a basketball team in Denver because it was post my parents living there. So I kind of was attracted to LA because of family in the area. But yeah, I just decided in the 80s, I'm a Lakers fan and I've stayed with them for the last, man, getting on now 40 something years. It's
Hmm.
crazy.
So yeah, the Lakers, they seem to find a way because players seem to find their way there. Like,
I was I was going to say, they seem to find a way, John, let's be honest, because they've got the money to pay.
yeah,
If we want to stick with the rhyme, they find a way because they've got money to pay. And that means that athletes, I should say, players tend to find their way there because they've got money. And it's a big market. I mean,
for sure.
it's an international platform. It's kind of like somebody getting asked, do you want to play for Real Madrid or Man United or Liverpool? It's like, sure, I'd love to play for an international brand like that.
Yeah, obviously, yeah, for sure. Because you've got this salary cap. Teams are going to pay the
Yeah,
same, but who doesn't want to live in Miami, right? I'm sorry,
exactly.
LA
In
and
LA.
Miami, but
Yeah.
it's LA.
Yeah. Well, and I gotta say, Oklahoma City, Los Angeles,
Yeah.
it's a tough one. Not really. It's not tough at all. Yeah,
So the
absolutely.
Orlando Magic played against the Miami Heat, and Orlando, they won 117 to 108 after a 15-0 run to start the game for Miami. So Miami was up 15-0.
Yeah, first quarter, massive deficit for the Magic, and they came back. Like, I think it was off the back of Desmond Bain. Somebody, I think, said went for 37 points, including 6 3-pointers.
Yeah.
And he had a huge fourth quarter steal a huge fourth quarter, I should say, to seal the game for the Magic. So, yeah, Desmond Bain, massive, massive win for the Magic for sure.
Become redundant, and you're
Yeah.
not really helping the team win.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why I think some of the best teams of all time may have had equally great athletes on their teams. Like I think of, the greats like, Kevin McHale and say Larry Bird, like great ball players, but McHale, he figured out, hey, I'm going to play my role. Pippen, Jordan, same thing. Pippen's like, hey, I'm going to play my role. And then when we see Jordan out for those 2 years, Pippen like skyrocketed. So they just, teams ultimately that win championships, I think they have superstar athletes in multiple places, but somewhere along the way, they decide, hey, this is my role. I want to win championships more than I want to get points on box sheets. And so that's what I think wins championships.
For sure. Like that Miami Heat team with LeBron and Wade. Wade
Yeah,
had to make a conscious decision that
exactly.
LeBron's the guy and I'm
Yep.
gonna be the Robin.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna let LeBron be the man. Clearly, he's not gonna give that away to anybody else. Although I do feel like in this latter years of his life, maybe this season we're seeing some of that happen even with LeBron, where he's willing to say, "Hey, I'm gonna kick it out, let Rui hit a three, and I'll break a double digit streak that's going on since what 2007 has been that
100% on
streak."
purpose too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just wanted to shut I remember Kobe Bryant did the same thing. He had a double-digit streak going, and the next game he hardly shot because it was
Yeah,
just proving a point that this
yeah,
doesn't matter.
totally. Yeah,
Yeah.
totally. So I'm with you on that. So you think the Magic without Wagner could actually go deep in the Emirates Cup? You think they could beat the Knicks?
I think the Knicks are a very beatable team.
Okay.
Orlando is a good defensive team.
Yeah.
The Knicks don't have fantastic perimeter shooting. Like, you've got
Right.
Jalen Brunson,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'm surprised when you went and watched him, he didn't get carried out with whiplash because all he does is, like, flip.
Draw fouls.
And the dreads that do it, like, just makes it so much more exaggerated.
Exactly. Yeah. Totally.
So I don't know what's going to happen with Orlando and the Knicks, but I don't think for the season, for the
Yeah.
overall season for the Magic, I think they're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And if they are okay, that sort of poses the question, you've got this asset in Franz Wagner
Yeah.
that maybe you can look at doing a trade. I don't know.
Yeah. Look at doing a trade and pick up the pieces that you need to complete the offense for
I know
sure.
the Warriors, my Warriors could use him.
Yep. Yep.
Trade
There you
Kuminga.
go. There we
Kuminga's
go.
somebody that doesn't understand his role, who thinks he's the guy but isn't. But hey, this isn't a Golden State Warriors episode
That's okay.
of the
That's
Cochrane
okay.
Show. But
Well, I think the Knicks have a strong team, and I think they could go deep, but I think it's going to be dependent upon other players like Josh Hart, for instance. He had a great game, 21 points, 8 for 9 shooting. Like, he shot lights out. But ultimately, if the Knicks are going to win, those other players have to step up. If it's all on Brunson, then I don't think they've got a chance.
no, for sure. And
Yeah.
like OG, and I find OG a little bit inconsistent. Anunoby,
Yeah.
Bridges as well. Like sometimes they struggle to figure out like what is my place here. It's hard, right? These guys, their whole life have been the man.
That's right.
From
Up until now, on every team, they have been the man since they were probably like 5, 6 years old.
yeah,
And so it's a massive change for them when they get into the league.
yeah.
Yeah.
With the Knicks. So the Knicks, they
Yeah.
beat my Canadian Toronto Raptors,
Yes. Yes.
who they are starting to fall back to probably what the expectations were. They were surpassing expectations for this whole year.
Yeah.
But the Knicks won 117-101. Jalen Brunson got 35 points.
Uh-huh.
34, hold on. A 34-13 second quarter scoring.
Run.
Wow.
Yeah, a run.
34 to, that's great. That's a huge quarter.
That is a huge quarter. Massive.
I don't know. What are your thoughts on Cat?
Yeah, I don't like him. I'm not a fan. I think inconsistent, overly I think it's overly hyped. That's my opinion. I'm not a big fan.
No.
And when I just think he lacks some athleticism compared to other bigs in the league. And so I'm not a huge fan of him at all.
Lacks some oomph as well,
Yeah.
right? He
Yeah.
a little bit tries to be too finesse.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're the Knicks, who says no here?
Who says no?
I'm going to ask a question. Cat
Yeah.
and OG Anunoby and Josh Hart
Yeah.
for Giannis.
For Giannis.
Who would say no?
Wow.
Are you picking up the phone if you're obviously you probably have like 3 or 4 first round picks. I don't know if New York has any draft capital, but
Yeah.
if you're the Bucks, are you picking up the phone?
Wow. For those 3?
Yeah. Or if you're the Knicks, are you even making that phone call?
I would say no. If I'm the Knicks, I think I'm making the phone call. But if I'm the Bucks, I'm not picking up the phone.
No.
No.
Because you're not getting the drafts, or
No, because I just don't think we're getting the firepower compared to what we can do with Giannis. I think he's still got a lot of time left. And I don't think those 3. Yeah, I wouldn't see that as a fair trade.
okay, so Milwaukee situation, Jason.
Yeah.
I would say all signs are pointing to Giannis leaves in free agency.
Do you really? You think he's gone?
Percent.
Okay.
They're still.
Is he asking for it?
It's just the constant news cycle that comes out of Milwaukee. He's not exactly asking, but
Okay.
they have no way of getting better. Okay. So they're still paying Damian Lillard for the next couple of years because they spread his contract out. They are old. They don't have their own draft pick. That goes to Portland, I believe.
Okay.
And so, like, their offseason move was to get a overpaid Miles Turner.
Right.
They've got Bobby Portis. They've got a bit of a joke of a defender, Kyle Kuzma.
Yes.
And I think every team needs to be thinking, what do I have a good enough team to even compete with the Oklahoma City Thunder? Like, do
That's
we even come close?
absolutely, you gotta be asking that question for sure.
And
Yeah,
so I think if you're the Bucks and there's even a chance that Giannis is leaving, you
yeah,
don't want him to leave without getting anything in return. So
absolutely.
you've got
Yeah.
to trade him.
Well, I think if that's the position that you're in, then I think the real answer to this is the Bucks should be calling around at the moment. They should be doing the work that it's going to take to be able to get what they need out of him then, for sure.
100%. And there's a few
Yeah.
teams, and I've talked about this previously, like the Spurs, a Giannis and Wemby front court would be crazy, but they've got the draft capital and the young players and the
Be able to
contracts to
do
do
that.
it.
Yeah.
It really I said this a few days ago. I don't know if you remember the Rudy Gobert trade from
Yeah.
the Utah Jazz.
I remember that. Yeah.
That ruined trades forever
Uh-huh.
because if we live in inflation in the world right now, that
Yeah.
inflated the trade market. To
Right.
get 4 first round draft picks for a Rudy Gobert caliber player.
Yeah.
I mean, if Rudy Gobert is getting that, what is maybe the 3rd best player in the world getting?
Yeah, that's true. It really does upset the market in a significant way, and it's going to exclude certain teams from being able to even have a phone call or be able to compete for him.
Yeah, so back to the New York Knicks.
Yeah,
In the East, they can come out of the East. The East is such a bit of a joke, right?
totally, totally. They've got a chance because the East is so weak. I think they have a chance. I'm even go as far as to say I think they're one of the best teams in the East, so perhaps the best at the moment. But that doesn't say much in the overall league because I think there's at least 3 or 4 teams in the West that can still beat them.
100%. Yeah, you've
Yeah.
got the Thunder for sure, the Rockets
Yeah.
most likely, the Nuggets most likely, the
Yeah.
Lakers probably are still better than them. Like, those
Yeah,
are
I would say.
4
Yeah.
teams
Yeah.
right there.
Easily.
Minnesota, as they get
Yeah.
better.
No, for sure. For sure. Well, the West, speaking of the West, John, what do you think is going to happen in the Cup for these last 2 teams remaining? Do you think Spurs or are you thinking Thunder? Do you think it's a foregone conclusion with SGA?
Yeah, let's talk about the Thunder here because it's not only a foregone conclusion for the cup, like,
Yeah.
they're just a foregone conclusion. If they are not hurt,
Yes.
they are just a foregone conclusion to win the like, should we just end the season right now? The closest thing I can remember is the 2015 to 2018 Warriors Cleveland
Yeah.
run, where it was,
Yep.
we know the finals are going to be Warriors Cleveland, so let's
Yes.
just get to it. Like, that's just
Yes.
what's happening with the Thunder. They have this inevitability to them.
Yeah. Well, they came out of the gate at the beginning of the season playing as if it was like, their lives depended on it at the beginning of the
Yeah,
season. And I'm thinking, are you thinking you're going to have to play for like some sort of play in?
yeah,
Because you don't need to be playing that way because you guys are going to dominate all throughout the season. So
it's
I'm with you. That was the thing that shocked me the most at the beginning of the season, John, was they came out as if it was getting close to the end of the season. And like, these guys have not taken their foot off the pedal since they won this whole thing last year.
no, and they did that without Jalen Williams, and he's back.
Yeah.
They're fully healthy now.
Yeah.
And it's amazing because, yes, they do, but they won by 50 tonight,
Yeah.
and SGA played 20, right? Like, Devin Booker wasn't playing, so that's a huge. I've got Suns Island. I've been high on the Suns this year from the
Have you?
start. I was
Okay.
thinking,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just have this theory that whatever team Dylan Brooks goes to, I don't like him, but they tend to win.
Tend to do well. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'll read some stats off here because I was
Yeah.
doing some
Go for it.
research into the Oklahoma City Thunder. So this is off Cleaning the Glass.
Yeah.
And right now, their points differential this season is 19.4. So they're winning games like on average of, like,
Nearly
if you take
20 points.
everything, almost 20.
Yeah. Almost 20 points a game. That's crazy.
They are 4th in offensive efficiency. They're 1st
Yeah.
in defensive efficiency. And their win expectation based off all of that is 75 games.
Unbelievable.
So they are on pace to have the most successful regular season, obviously, in the history, to be the best team. And then the question is, can they finish it off and win the championship? But they are 6 games ahead of second place in the West.
Yeah.
So everyone is just fighting for second in the West.
Yeah.
And that's what I
Absolutely.
noticed watching the Thunder, Jason, that, yeah, they're putting up all these points, but it's the defense that's just demoralizing.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
They stifled you, and they just turned so many turnovers into points on the other end of the court. And it's not just winning, they are crushing teams and demoralizing them while they're playing.
They're like the Monstars from Space Jam. Like,
Yeah, there you go.
they're just
Monsters.
aliens. Yeah.
That's awesome. I love it.
They
I love it.
and it doesn't matter who's out there. They're so deep that they can run. Like, they can put all this effort out there, and their 12th guy on the bench can probably be another team starter. Like,
Yeah.
and you can't not like them, because it's not like they did this through creating a super team through trades.
No.
They just
No.
drafted phenomenally.
Yes. Great. Whoever the GM is there, do you know, John,
Sam
who the GM
Presti,
is?
yeah.
Yeah. Genius businessman and genius strategist. And I'm just looking at some of the stats as well. They shot nearly 60% in this game against the Suns, 22 3-pointers overall. Unbelievable how the game has changed. It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the Thunder. I'm going to say it. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think they'll get the best regular season record in the NBA, and I think
Like ever,
I think
sorry, like the all-time record?
yeah, the all-time. I think they're going to break the record, because who had it last? Warriors
Oh,
had it
my
last.
Warriors, yeah.
Warriors had it last, and then before that was the Bulls. I think had the record. I think they're going to take it. Not only do I think they're going to take it from the Warriors, I think it's going to be something they'll hold on to for a long period of time. Like it was several decades between the Bulls and the Warriors, but I imagine the Thunder, if they don't change the regular season dramatically or the number of games, the NBA in the future, I think the Thunder will hold that for a long period of time.
And the only team that will come close will probably be the Thunder, because this team will be
Yeah.
together for the next number of
For a
years.
while. Yeah, absolutely. No, they'll be there. So do you think the Spurs will put up a fight, or do you think it's going to be another
Not without
demoralizing?
Wemby, no.
No.
I just
No.
think the Thunder are just in a class of their own.
Yeah.
It's borderline. It's not unfair. Like, I don't want to sound like I'm sour against them, but it's
No,
just
no.
what you see when you're watching. It's
Yeah.
just wave after wave after wave. And if teams don't do something significant, it's what you like. What do you do as a GM? What do you do as an owner? Do you
I
go,
know.
you know what? We don't stand a chance right now, so we're just gonna hold tight. Like,
Right.
we're gonna quietly develop. We might even reduce our payroll to get under the second and the first apron, be
Yep.
under the salary cap. The owner might be thinking, I don't need to pay all this luxury tax for a team that can't compete,
Yep.
and just sort of ride this
Wait
wave.
it out. Wait it out for a few years. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's teams like, I'd say Denver and the Rockets are probably the closest team. But saying that, the Pacers last year, I think if Halliburton doesn't get hurt in Game
Yeah.
7, they had
Yep.
still a chance of winning that Game 7. They were up at that
Absolutely.
point. So
Yeah. No, I actually thought they were going to win that Game 7. That was my prediction until he got hurt. So I was kind of surprised that, yeah,
what's
when
the
he got hurt.
bracket here? It'll be Orlando, New York.
Yep.
I'll say New York. You think?
Yeah, I'm taking New York to win that game.
And then
And then
the Thunder.
I got the Knicks. I got the Knicks by about 3 to 6 points. I'm somewhere in that range. I don't think it's going to be a huge spread. And then I've got the Thunder over the Spurs by at least 10 plus minimum.
Wow, big win.
Yeah, big win.
Yeah.
Especially after they just beat Phoenix by 49. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah.
And
So
then
I think I think that's the big one. And then I think the Thunder will go on to beat the Knicks. And I think they'll actually win by probably 15 plus. I think they got a bigger spread over the Knicks than they will over the Spurs.
So with the conversation that we just had about what do GMs do you
Yeah.
think LeBron ends up on the Lakers by the end of the year?
Yeah, I think what it's going to be, I mean, I think what LeBron has done for the Lakers since he's been there, I think that they're honoring him uh, just because of what he's brought to the franchise. That's what I think. And I think, John, I think they're smart to do it. I mean, LeBron's a brilliant businessman, and if they keep him happy in LA for a long period of time, I mean, look at what Magic Johnson has done for Los Angeles by letting him play his whole career there, not just for the Lakers, but he's done so much for the Dodgers and other sports franchises in that city. I think if the Lakers are smart, they play their cards well with LeBron because I mean that guy is going to attract so much attention for the rest of his life, and I think you want him around your franchise.
But do you think that's like for me, when he's retired, all said and done, I don't he might get like a trophy in LA. I don't know,
Yeah,
but sorry, not a trophy, a statue.
that too. Yeah,
But when I think LeBron, I think Cleveland. Like
yeah.
he's Cleveland through and through. And how much attention or how much of his efforts would he be giving to LA versus like Akron, Ohio, like Cleveland Cavaliers?
I got two comments on this, John. Have you ever been to Akron, Ohio? There's there's a reason why his foundation is pumping so much money into Akron. I don't think he's going back to Akron or Cleveland. Like they are not nice places to spend a lot of time. He'll visit from time to time, but I think if they're smart, keep him in LA long term. Otherwise, where's he going to go? I think he goes to Miami. His best friend, hang out with D Wade
Yeah,
over there, and it's warm weather. I
yeah.
think they got to do everything they can to entice him to stick around in LA for a long time.
Okay, so let's say there's a club in LA.
Yeah.
Lakers legends only. So you've
Yes.
got Shaq, you've got
Yeah.
Kareem, you've
Yeah.
got Magic, you've got all the
Obviously, Kobe,
yeah, for sure.
LeBron, but Kobe can't be there. But yes,
Well,
I know what
let's
you're saying.
table LeBron for a sec on the
Yeah.
outside,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they're saying only Lakers legends can come into
Uh-huh.
this club.
Yeah.
Do they accept LeBron James into that club? Is he a Lakers legend?
Okay. So from a guy that hated LeBron before he came to LA, I used to mock LeBron because he was such a complainer. You've never seen a guy complain to the referees more than LeBron James. He's a complainer,
Maybe
chronic
Luka.
complainer.
Continue.
Maybe Luka. I used to say the same thing about Luka when he was in Dallas. But I mean, during the pandemic, LeBron wins a championship in the bubble. I know some people call that controversial. But the truth is, the Lakers were on struggle street before LeBron came into LA. And so I just think he brought back some Lakers showtime that we hadn't experienced for a long period of time. So my answer is, John, he should be let into the club. He's a Laker legend for sure. They're going to retire his jersey. You know that. 23 is going up.
Not in LA.
You don't think so?
I don't think. Well, do they retire 6 as well? Like, is he that much of a deal in LA that he gets a double jersey retirement like Kobe?
I don't know that he gets a double jersey retirement, but I mean, he won the NBA all-time scoring record on the Lakers court. So I think there are some iconic things that the Lakers are going to have to pay attention to. And if they don't, I think it sends a clear message that they don't want to send. That's what I'm more concerned about.
Because they have new owners now, right? Like, it's not the
Yeah.
Butts family anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. They've moved on. They're still involved, but they're not they don't own the whole thing like they used to. Yeah.
Well, I guess, this is a huge can of worms because that whole time,
Yeah.
Anthony Davis was there as well. Does he get the same satisfaction, the same jersey retirement? He was as much a part of that championship as LeBron was.
I love AD, but he doesn't get the love. He won't get the love. And I'll tell you why, John. I'll tell you why. I think AD, even when he was playing for the Lakers, I felt like he was too soft all the time. Like I was forever worried that something in his body was breaking. And then he would get back up and keep playing. And I'm like, dude, you're worse than a soccer player. He always looked like he was broken. Always.
Well, he is. He is always broken.
That's true. He is always injured. But I always felt like, man, every time he went down, I was like, man, he's got to have broken something. He's not coming back up. But then he'd get up and play the rest of the game.
It's true. And then he would be out.
Not a big AD fan.
He would be out for the next 2 weeks. And
exactly.
That's what's happening in Dallas.
And here's the joke. Here's the joke, John. Dallas traded AD for Luka. What were they thinking? That is just hilarious to me. I remember, John, the morning when that came out here in Australia because of the time difference. My youngest son, who's a diehard Lakers fan with me, he texted me. He's like, Dad, you're not going to believe it. They traded Luka for AD. I was like, who would have done that? What were they thinking? What were they thinking?
Seriously, it made no sense. I can see the vision that Nico Harrison was sort of talking about with defense. And on paper, that team, you would hope that next year with Kyrie Irving coming back, like that's when everything would click.
Yeah.
D'Angelo Russell isn't going to be a team point guard, neither will Cooper Flagg.
Yeah.
But AD is in his 30s now. Luka is in his prime, and the Lakers just did it again. They did it again. Got their star that could take right over from LeBron. It went.
That's right.
It went Kareem. It went Magic. It went Shaq. It went Kobe, and now LeBron, and then Luka for the next 10 years. It's just disgusting.
It's sickening for non-Laker fans. It's sickening. Yeah, exactly.
What's it like just to live on the mountaintops all the time?
It's awesome because you have to like eat your words from decades before where you were completely bagging out players like Luka and LeBron, and then all of a sudden you have to become a huge fan. So it's there's a lot of humility. You have to go back on your word all the time.
The big complaint of national media is that there's too much Laker content. You must be going, what are you talking about? Keep talking.
Exactly.
Stephen A. Smith, keep talking about it.
Exactly. Well, okay, so this is total right turn, John, but I got to ask you a question that has nothing to do with the NBA, by the way, and I hope this doesn't ruin the show.
This isn't going to be about cricket, is it?
No, it's about the NFL.
Come on, bring it on.
Dude, what is going on in Indianapolis?
Phillip Rivers. We got to talk about it.
You talk about complainers, John. That guy is a chronic complainer, and he hasn't played in the NFL. Is it 4 or 5 years? 2020. It's been 5 years, and they're going after Rivers. That's the word on the street that I heard.
No, he actually signed. He
did sign. Yeah. He was on the practice squad, or he's on the practice squad now.
He came in for a workout, and he had his first press interview today. The last time he had a press interview was on Zoom because it was during COVID.
Well, I hate Phillip Rivers, John, just so you know, because I'm a Broncos fan. And as a Denver Broncos fan, we couldn't stand him as a Charger. And so when I heard that the Colts, who, by the way, we stole Peyton Manning from, when I heard the Colts had picked up Phillip Rivers, I laughed out loud. I was like, you got to be kidding me. That old man.
It's like a movie. Like, you've got to have a documentary. You have to have film cameras in there filming because he's actually a grandpa.
He does have grandchildren. Is that right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And if I'm other quarterbacks, especially in that locker room, I feel so slighted.
I'm thinking to myself, John, I said, go get the heartbreak who is Russell Wilson.
I said that too.
He'll break more hearts for you in Indianapolis. He broke many hearts in Denver for a while.
Yeah. Or go get the preacher, Jameis Winston.
There you go. Get Winston in there. But they went with Rivers. There were so many other opportunities.
Look, I get it. You're mid-season. Rivers has history with the coach. He knows the playbook.
That's right.
A bunch of the players are still there from when he played on the Colts prior.
Yeah.
And I just think they want a guy that can just give it to JT, Jonathan Taylor,
Yeah, let him
and
run it.
just let him run it. And
Yeah.
not trying to make the big play. And look, Rivers might not see a snap. This might just be a PR stunt to,
Right.
cover up this Daniel Jones torn Achilles thing. But might as well bring Tom Brady back. What is he? He's probably
Well,
almost 50.
when my brother who reached out to me asked me, he said, okay, so they picked up a guy who hasn't played in the NFL for a while. I was like, surely not Peyton Manning. Come on, no way. And he was like, no, not that long. I was like, okay. And then he said Phillip Rivers. I couldn't believe it.
I actually like Phillip Rivers.
Yeah.
I don't I don't see it as complaining. I see it as competitiveness. Like,
Okay.
he is just an ultimate competitor. Never could get over the hump, but he gets so wrapped up in the game.
Yeah.
So I always
He's
appreciated
just
that.
over the top competitive. I've heard that he maybe LDS, has a very large family, never cusses, like he chews people out and he trash talks and all these things, but he's very clean, never cusses, which I admire him. I got to honor him for that.
That family has never heard of birth control.
That's right. That's right. They got to buy a TV and then they can watch their dad and their grandpa. Yeah.
That's
That's
the
good.
Colts had such high hopes. Look, I did a short at the beginning of the year, a YouTube video on the Denver Broncos.
I heard about this.
I stated that they would go 13-4.
13-4, and they're 11-2 right now.
11-2 right now. I got the wins and losses a little bit off.
Yeah.
But Broncos, they could.
I mean, they're coming up against the Packers this weekend. That's going to be a big test. That's a huge test.
That is.
And then I think they have the Bears before the end of the season as well, maybe?
I think the Bears are a little bit like your Lakers, and I think the Bears are a bit fraud. I think it's a year too soon.
That's doable. Well, then we could easily get to 13-4 then, because if we only lose to the Packers and we win out against our own division, then I think we could get there easily.
Let me just look, because I know you've got we got the
Packers
Chiefs still to come.
We've got the Chiefs, and we've got, I think, the Chargers, maybe one.
You do, for sure, and the Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars. That's who it is, not the Bears. So do you think? So the Jaguars, maybe we got a chance against the Jags, although they're not horrible this year.
You're right. I never see the Jaguars as a threat.
Yeah,
personally, never in my life. Blake Bortles took them to the playoffs and had one good season, but so we got the Packers coming up.
Yep.
Then you got the Jags.
Yeah.
The Chiefs, who might not have Kelsey or Mahomes or anyone, because
I think we got them, and then I think we have the Chargers at home to end the season.
Yeah. Look, I'd be happy lose against the Packers.
I think we can get 3 out of those 4, to be honest.
That would be nice, but for the sake of my
sake of your prediction,
let's lose 2.
Okay, which ones do you see the Broncos losing?
I do enjoy watching the Broncos, so I want to have where did my schedule go? I don't want to make it look like they're inferior to the Packers, so let's win against the Packers.
Wow, okay.
That's what I'd like to see.
Yeah.
And then maybe a letdown game against the Jags. Like, look, we overlooked them. We were looking towards the Chiefs.
Yep.
Beat the Chiefs, and then because maybe they'll have first place wrapped up.
Yeah, they'll sit players.
They'll sit some players and maybe lose to the Chargers.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to predict that they win 3 of the last 4. Yep. And I say they lose to the Packers and then they win out 3.
Okay. So
that's my prediction.
They play in Green Bay. That's going to be a very cold game.
Tough.
We'll see what's the quarterback's name. I've got Blake Bortles in my head. What's the quarterback?
Packers quarterback?
No. Broncos.
Bo Nix.
Is he a good cold quarterback?
Well, yeah. I mean, he's been living in Denver for a while, so
that's
he better
true.
Be good. He better be good.
But I mean, the Green Bay Packers Green Bay game.
That's a different kind of cold, though.
Yeah, that they were like -15.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yeah.
And then you're going to sunny Jacksonville, and then you're home. Yeah, you're home against the Chiefs. Yeah, they could win 3 of 4.
I think we got 3 or 4 to go into the playoffs.
I still don't see them as a Super Bowl team.
Okay.
I don't
Why
see
is that?
them or the Patriots. I just think it's a year too early.
Okay.
I
Okay.
just have this thing where when you have that sudden leap to success, like the Broncos and the Patriots have,
Yeah.
I think then there's another leap that you have to take in the playoffs. And
To win the
very
championship.
rarely do you see the success right away. Seattle
Right.
Seahawks with Russell Wilson back in 2012,
Yeah.
they were
Yeah.
sort of an exception.
Was that the year the Patriots snuck that Super Bowl win out of their hands?
No,
They
no.
should have just given it to the running back and let him was it Marshawn Lynch? They should have given him the ball and they threw that pass at the very end of the
Malcolm
game.
Butler,
Should have
yeah,
let him
yeah,
run
yeah,
it in.
yeah. No, I'm talking about the year that they beat your Broncos about 60-7 in the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah,
I
that
think
year.
you've let that one just slip out of your
I let
brain.
that one slip, and I always like to bring up the one where they gave the Patriots another Super Bowl.
Gave Tom Brady
Just what he needed, another one. Unbelievable.
and another one as,
Yeah.
whatever his name, DJ Colleague would say. No, I think it's the Rams year.
Do you really?
I do. I'm
Wow.
a Seahawks guy, but I'm also a
Yeah.
huge Stafford guy,
Okay.
and I think the Rams, they're just playing so good.
Okay.
It's weird not having the juggernauts.
Yeah.
Like, Chiefs aren't really in it.
I know.
Baltimore's not really in it. I think the Bills look a little bit shaky at times.
Absolutely.
So it's like that in between year where those
Yeah.
teams that have been on the outside looking in, it's their chance.
Yeah. Which is why I think we could see Patriots Broncos in an AFC championship game. Like
Just like
that would
old
take us
times.
back. That would take us back to 2015.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. That would be fun.
Is that your
That would be
prediction? Are you predicting a Patriots Broncos?
That's what I'm predicting for the AFC championship at the moment. Yeah.
So Patriots Broncos and then maybe
Packers,
Rams Packers.
I think so. Packers Rams, yeah.
Those would be some good championship games.
They would be fun to watch.
As long as the Rams get a home game, you don't want to be playing in Green Bay
No way.
in those games.
It's a lot nicer at SoFi, that's for sure.
Well, Jason,
This was fun.
that was great. You
So good.
predicted the Oklahoma City Thunder would win the in-season tournament.
Cup?
Is it by Emirates or is it Amazon Prime now?
It's Emirates Cup,
It's
but I
still the
think it's just sponsored by Amazon Prime, or it's being shown on Prime, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll have to do this again sometime.
Let's do it. That was fun. Thanks
All right.
so much, man.
Thanks.